let me just tell you some of the point guards that dominated free agency yesterday and where they went to. Kyle Lowry joined the Heat on a 3-year deal via a sign and trade with Toronto. The Heat are also working on a max extension for Jimmy Butler. We can talk more about that in a little bit. And they also reached an extension with Duncan Robinson. Chris Paul staying with the Suns on a 4-year deal, could be worth up to $120 million, as agents are telling Woj. Mike Conley staying with the Jazz, and Lonzo Ball is heading to the Bulls on a 4-year deal, $85 million.
Here comes your Bulls.
Ding,
Ding,
sign
ding,
and trade
ding.
from the Pelicans. Please, let's not get overly excited here. But I do like that the Bulls were in the headlines yesterday. Let's start, though, with the Heat and what they did with Kyle Lowry. And first, let's hear from Stephen A. Smith on why the Lowry move doesn't do much for him.
If he were with the Philadelphia 76ers, because you've got Embiid, if you were able to keep Ben Simmons while you still have him, the Tobias Harris's of the world, and stuff like that, and he was added to that mix. His experience, his poise, his defensive tenacity, his fervor, he's from that area. I covered them. I actually covered them when I was right for the Philadelphia Inquirer. This dude is a special player, no mistake about it. But in Miami, as they're presently constructed, I don't see him making that big of a deal in terms of, just basically changing the course of their future in that regard. I don't see it.
Okay, so one, do you agree with Stephen A? And two, of the point guards that I listed and where they're going or where they're staying, I should say, which do you like the best?
Well, I mean, CP3, of course, is the obvious choice when you think about what he did to change the trajectory and the narrative of that team last year, unlocking DeAndre Ayton, being able to create some leadership. And I think he fits with that team the best. But I think if you talk about, somebody that fits the profile, I mean, I like Kyle Lowry, and I like that they brought P.J. Tucker over, too, on a 2-year deal. Mm-hmm. Now you look at that team that already was, tough on the defensive end of the ball. Now they have guys that are straight dogs at every position. And, that gives them Jimmy Butler another score, right? You got Bam Adebayo. They lose, but they bring back Duncan Robinson. They lose Dragic. But it gives them a veteran that can come up and facilitate the offense, more of a natural point guard, as Jimmy's more of a shooting guard or he plays off the ball. And it gives somebody that can create and get them in the proper sets. They're clearly trying to go with toughness, tenacity, and veteran leadership, and that's what Kyle Lowry brings. I think he would have been better if he would have went to Philadelphia because I thought it was just a natural fit. But I like the move, but it doesn't do too much for me. So I think CP3 was the best move out there because it was the must, right? You talk about a team that was in the NBA Finals that if they didn't retain Chris Paul, probably would be the 5th or 6th seed in the West.
Yeah, and him signing a 4-year deal, man, that's what he wanted, some longevity there in Phoenix, and did he get it? 4 years. I thought 3 was a stretch. 4.
To the 40 burger.
Yeah.
Like the 40 burger, and it's how ironic is it, right? That a couple years ago, for them to be able to give 40-year-olds that type of contract, him and LeBron fought to kind of change the age limit so that they can offer. It used to be 36 that you couldn't offer like more than a 3-year deal. They pushed for that to 38. So now Chris Paul is able to benefit from his own making. Cause maybe he was foreshadowing for the future.
Smart. Okay, first of all, going back to the Heat and Kyle Lowry and what that does for them. I'm not saying they're going to win a national championship. They're going to win a championship with that roster, but they will be a tough out. I mean, nonetheless, in terms of physicality and what you just said, having some dogs on that team that no matter who you play, you're going to grind it out against, and you're going to go ahead.
This was a team that was in the NBA Finals in the bubble 2 years ago. It was stricken by COVID. Mm-hmm. Pat Riley knows how to construct a team. Mm-hmm. You think about Bam Adebayo. Now they have scoring at every position. They got Bam Adebayo who's good at coming over the pick and roll. He gives you that modern type of big. He doesn't shoot. He's not shooting a 3 like some of the bigs. But it definitely makes them tough, right? They can grind you out, right? They can grind you out. Now you talk about Kyle Lowry and how he puts his body at risk, taking charges, tough, with the defense. I think it puts them 3rd in the East right now. I would get them 3rd right behind Milwaukee. This puts them, because we don't know what the hell, Philly's doing with Ben Simmons. So I would put them 3rd, right in front of Philadelphia.
Lonzo Ball to the Bulls. Bulls also get Alex Caruso. So they're making some moves. Look, Lonzo Ball helped a Pelicans team that was top 5 in fast break efficiency at both seasons that he was there. It's a 3-point shooting league. We know this. Lonzo Ball improving his 3-point shooting, it feels like every single year. However, is that enough? Talk about the East. The Bulls maybe could be competitive, perhaps could make the playoffs, but doesn't do much, does it?
No, not at all. But they had Vucevic last year, right?
Yeah.
And it just never really seemed to click. You gotta like Billy Donovan and what he's able to do, but also the fact that they're trying to build something, right? Caruso brings them like a guy that can defend very well, a guy that can get the offense initiated. I think this is a process for them. And how long has it been since we've really spoken about the Bulls? It really was the Earl Tom Thibodeau team. That's it right?
You got it, Tom Thibodeau.
Okay, yeah. You think about, when they had Luol Deng,
Yep.
Noah, Rose, and now they're trying to get back into the fray.
Yep.
But to me, this only, puts them maybe at 6. But this makes Levine happy, right? As he says, he wants a contract that's respectable.
Right.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.